Dear Sacred Soul, welcome to Amplify Your Mindset. If you've come across this very message right now, just know that it's no coincidence. In this moment of your life, God is isolating you. You are in a season of isolation. It feels lonely, as though everything and everyone has drifted away, and so much may not make sense right now. The people you once relied on or felt safe around seem distant or have completely disappeared. The things that once brought joy to your heart now feel hollow, and you're left wondering why God has removed you from all that was familiar. Let me reassure you, this season of isolation is not a punishment, it's preparation. God isn't rejecting you, He's reshaping you. He's using this time to quiet the noise around you, draw you closer to Him, and rebuild you into the person He created you to be. Stay with me and hear this entire message, because every word is for you. What you're experiencing now is not the end. It's the beginning of something far more beautiful, purposeful, and meaningful than you could ever imagine. Let's walk through this together. This season may feel heavy, and the loneliness can be overwhelming. Seasons of isolation often feel like wandering through a barren wilderness, but they are, in fact, sacred spaces where God carries out His deepest and most transformative work in us. Isolation is never about punishment. It's about preparation. In these quiet moments of separation, God draws us nearer to Him, using His boundless love to heal, restore, and rebuild us. Let's explore the reasons why God may lead someone into a season of isolation and discover the beauty that unfolds through this divine process. The isolation stage begins by initially seeing and experiencing what was not for you. God starts this journey by allowing you to taste and recognize what does not align with His plan for your life, be it relationships, opportunities, or environments. This is not to harm you, but to reveal the truth and protect you from what could hold you back. He then follows by removing the distractions, connections, and surroundings that no longer serve His purpose for your life. It may feel painful, like loss, but in reality, it is liberation, a divine cleansing that makes space for what truly belongs in your journey. Through this process, God is not taking from you. He is preparing you for something far greater. You've walked through seasons where people, opportunities, or even dreams have drained you, betrayed you, or hindered your growth. In His infinite wisdom, God allows you to see the truth about these things. This revelation is not meant to break you, but to protect you. He isolates you so that you can step away from the noise, recognize what is not for you, and fully embrace His divine plan. As Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." In stillness, you gain clarity and discernment. The rebuilding process is the next step where God takes you through the season of becoming yourself again. Once the isolation sets in, the rebuilding begins. But what does rebuilding look like? It's not a comfortable process, but it's necessary. Rebuilding means healing from the inside out. You begin to confront the hurt, anger, and trauma that you've carried for years. These emotions, buried deep within your heart, are gently brought to the surface so they can be released. Bitterness is replaced with forgiveness, and wounds are mended with grace. In isolation, God is renewing your mind and rewiring your thought patterns. Where fear once reigned, faith takes root. Where insecurity lingered, confidence in His promises flourishes. Romans 12:2 encourages us to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Letting go of the old. The things that once defined you, pain, past mistakes, or false identities, are stripped away. God is not just fixing the broken pieces. He is making you new. This process is humbling. It may feel like everything you've known is being torn down. But remember, God doesn't leave his work unfinished. He is rebuilding you with his hands, creating something far greater than you could imagine. God is constantly present in isolation. He never leaves you. In the depths of isolation, it's easy to feel abandoned. But here's the truth. God never takes his hand off you. Even when you wander off course, he is there, gently guiding you back. Every step, even the missteps, are part of his divine plan. Sometimes God lets you reach the end of yourself so that you can fully rely on him. When there's no one else to cry out to, you'll find that God is all you need. Psalm 34:18 assures us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." His love is constant, his presence unwavering. In isolation, you learn to hear his voice more clearly and feel his peace more deeply. As the rebuilding continues, a miraculous transformation takes place. Your heart, once heavy with pain and doubt, is filled with love, peace, and faith. You begin to experience a newfound passion for God and his word. The barriers you built to protect yourself are dismantled, and your heart is opened to his healing touch. This is the moment when you start to recognize yourself again. Not the person defined by pain, but the person God created you to be. It's a rebirth, a renewal. Isaiah 61:3 speaks of this transformation. To bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. The pain of isolation is trusting through the hurt. Isolation is not easy. It hurts the most because it's the time when you crave connection the most. You long for a hug, for someone to fill the void, but instead, you're left alone with your thoughts. Yet, this is where God's love becomes most evident. He fills the void that no human could ever fill. This pain is not permanent. It's a refining fire, burning away everything that doesn't belong in your life. And as you endure, you grow stronger. Psalm 35 reminds us, "Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." The beauty of elevation begins. When the season of isolation ends, you won't be the same. You'll emerge with a stronger faith, a renewed sense of purpose, and a deeper understanding of God's love. The isolation was not meant to harm you, but to elevate you. As Job 42:10 reveals, the Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. What you lost in this season will be restored tenfold, not just materially, but spiritually and emotionally. You'll carry a peace that surpasses understanding and a joy that cannot be shaken. The ultimate purpose and destination of this isolation is to prepare you for where God is leading you. It's the beginning of something new, something fresh, beautiful, and worthy. God is aligning your steps with his purpose, equipping you to walk boldly into the destiny he has prepared for you. This season of isolation is not just about spiritual renewal, but about the renewal of everything in your life. The relationships that truly matter will be restored. Your finances will be transformed. Doors will open for the dreams you've longed for. Whether it's a new career, a dream home, or the things you've prayed for. Absolutely everything good that you've desired and trusted God for will be yours in his perfect timing. When you look back, you'll see that every moment of pain, every tear, and every lonely night was part of his divine plan to bring you closer to him and to the person you were always meant to be. What you thought was a season of loss will become the foundation of abundant blessings that will overflow in every area of your life. To anyone walking through a season of isolation, take heart. This is not the end. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. Trust the process, even when it hurts. Ask God for peace and a light heart, and He will give it to you. You're being transformed, rebuilt, and elevated. And when this season ends, you'll stand stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever before. The journey may be hard, but the destination is worth it. Keep going. God is with you every step of the way.